Hello, Hito.
Hello, Ricardo.
After considering a long thought this afternoon, I decided who I wanted to be for Halloween.
Who are you gonna be?
I want to be Idris Elba's Black Superman for Halloween. I want the suit, I want the tech, I want the bike, and I want the British accent. And I'll grow my beard out. And I'll insert high tech technology to observe my opponent's weak points in my eyes.
Then I'll try to be Jason Statham for
Can
Halloween.
you can you afford 20,000 McLarens?
I'll manage.
Damn. I'm pretty sure our audience is super confused.
I can rob a bank.
You could rob a bank like a Fast and the Furious movie.
Yeah. I'll shave my head. I'm gonna put on my accent, and I'm just gonna start acting like Jason Statham and just beat the shit out of people.
I don't think neither of us are cool enough to be Jason Statham.
No.
Which leads us to our main topic of today. Hobbs and Shaw, directed by, was it David Leitch? I was thinking of the L. Tito, let's just get this out of the way. We both loved it to death.
Oh yeah. I mean,
It is.
I saw the movie about a week ago, and you just saw the movie, right? Like
Yeah,
a couple hours ago.
I saw an IMAX laser.
Yeah, that must have been glorious.
Oh my god, when the color scheme came out in the film, oh, it was gorgeous, especially the Samoa and the Rock and oh my god, it was this film was well shot. I will say that. There's a lot of shots where I'm just like, god damn, that's sexy.
Yeah, it was.
It was like do you want to do like an introduction of the movie or should we just splurge?
Let's just do a quick introduction.
All right.
So this is a spin-off from the Fast and Furious franchise, and it stars Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. And here's what you need to know about this film. There's not much to know. It's just Idris Elba is a bad guy. He calls himself Black Superman.
He says he is the bad guy in the first like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And he's a cybernetically engineered super soldier.
Soldier.
Yeah.
Soldier.
Yeah. And he wants a virus. And Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham have to stop him while bickering like an old couple. That's all you need to know. Everything else is just non-stop action, and it's awesome.
For a 2 hour and 10 minute movie, it went by really fast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like this movie was tight in a way where I felt like every scene mattered. Like all the action pieces, I feel like they're well paced and well choreographed.
Mm-hmm.
I think where people could mainly trim out the stuff is like the human moments, maybe.
Yeah, there are a couple of sort of family moments or serious dramatic moments that could have been like, all right, guys, let's keep tone it down a little bit. You're not trying to be a serious drama. You are basically a live action cartoon. So let's not kid ourselves. Yeah, live action cartoon. That's what it is.
I mean, I get that. I fully understand them trying to be more emotional, and I get it. But I'm here for the ridiculous stunts. That's what I'm
Oh
here
yeah.
for.
Oh yeah. It's all about the spectacle.
Pure spectacle, which I love it. Like, let's just say I said that Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio are like the new It Squad, like the new dynamic duo.
Mm-hmm.
But in the action sphere of films, I feel like The Rock and Jason Statham, they could be the new It couple. Like,
Yeah.
because these two work together so well,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this film perfectly highlights what makes them like significantly different. The Rock is cozy, he's relaxed, he's a walking boulder, he is very not subtle, and he's just a rage tank. Like he's a rage tank,
Yeah.
in anger and power and bruteness.
Mm-hmm.
But Jason Statham is sleek, subtle, stealthy, classy, ladies' man, just super like silver tongue man. Like that's why I say a man. He's a man. he drives McLarens where The Rock drives a big horse-powered pickup truck.
Yeah.
Like it tells you really well visually. In the beginning, I thought was the perfect way to show us that. that they're foils to each other.
Yeah, even the color scheme is different, right? Like the first like 10 minutes it like moves with like split screen.
Yes.
On the left side we see Dwayne Johnson's, sort of lifestyle, and on the right side Jason Statham's. And, The Rock's sort of color scheme is warm and orange and cozy, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason Statham's he lives in London, so it's all gray and
gloomy.
Yeah, gloomy. He drinks a pint of beer and just...
The way he makes his breakfast is like super careful.
Yeah.
Like he mixes the eggs, he puts peppers using a pepper grinder. I was like, who has those? And
Yeah.
he mixes it. There's a model in his bed, and The Rock just cracks like 40 eggs and drinks it all.
Yeah. One of the most ridiculous scenes in the movie is when The Rock orders like 20 slices of pancakes all stack up. It's like, that is ridiculous.
And it's crazy because that's legit what The Rock eats like every day.
Really?
Yeah, like I mean, it's not a cheat day per se, because like anytime he works out, he eats like 6,000 calories with the food.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I could eat probably half that stack without vomiting, but that's like a snack.
Do you think he uses steroids?
Oh no, I follow him on Instagram, and he uses weights. Anytime he's on set, he always brings a traveling gym. So there are literally just trucks for The Rock that carry weights and racks and running machines, so they can make a little tent outside his trailer, so he could just continue working out. Should we talk about the main story? Like, I didn't think it was that cheesy as I thought it'd be. Vanessa Kirby, which is like the hot blonde woman, she's like a badass spy who could beat the shit out of them. And then she does a ballsy move and just stabs her hand with the virus. And then Idris Elba just comes in like, I'm Black Superman. And then this guy's insane. Oh my god, I didn't think I didn't think he'd be that cool, but this guy is legit a Terminator.
Oh yeah, Dwayne even says it at one point. So we've been chased by the Terminator. It's like,
yeah, and I'm like, okay, I get you.
Yeah.
It was really easy to follow. It's like, I'm not saying it's dumbed down, but it's easy to understand where it's like, okay, we have the girl. Where are we going? You need to go get a machine that takes the blood out. Okay, let's go get the blood out. Okay, oh no, they know who we are. We gotta go defend our territory. Okay, let's go defend our territory.
Yeah.
Let's go beat the shit out of them.
This movie is stupid.
It is dumb. It's the 10th degree.
Yeah, so dumb. Like, if you start questioning the logics of some of the stunts or even the virus stuff, you'll be like, no, that's not how it works. But like, it doesn't matter. You should not be doing that because you're here to see, Rock and Statham beating the shit out of people. You're here to see things blown up. You're here to see cars chasing, through the city. Do you want to talk about that one shot where Idris Elba goes...
Oh my god, Hito. Okay. Audio viewers, if I get too loud, please, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we apologize.
There's a scene where Jason Statham, Vanessa Kirby, and The Rock are in a McLaren. Okay, already one, badass. Second, you're driving with blown out tires. Driving through, was it London? They were in
London.
Right?
Yeah, London.
Okay, they're driving through London like at 100 miles per hour. And classic movie Hollywood, there's two semi-trucks going opposite directions. So their trucks are like blocking the street. And you're like, oh, the McLaren, it's a thin car. So it can just drive underneath it. Okay, cool. And he drifts underneath it perfectly. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But wait. Idris Elba, he was driving a bike, which is a little bit higher than the trailer. There's a shot where he drives underneath the semi-trucks, and the bike like deconstructs itself to like a lower transmission, and Idris Elba drifts using his suit on the ground, and he's like at kneecap level, and he goes underneath the trucks. And at that moment, in the theater, I just screamed, "Holy!" Shit like that in this movie happens all the time with Idris Elba, and it's just so badass. Like, it's so amazing.
And what's even cooler is the way he recovers. He does a flip in the air with the bike, and he rides on the bike again and just, hits the road again. I was like, that's pretty stupid, but it's pretty cool.
This movie is bonkers, but in the terrific best way possible.
Oh yeah, it's so over the top.
It's just stuff like that is what made the movie fun. Like every I would say that there's like three major set pieces, right? There's London, the covert operation, and then the Samoa part.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and each one is just a grand spectacle. It was terrific each time.
Anybody who hasn't seen the movie yet, go see it. It's a ton of fun.
I give zero shits, and I loved it.
Yeah, Ricardo doesn't care about Fast and Furious franchise, and he loved it. So that says a lot. And I think I love the second big set piece in Russia, the covert operation bit.
Oh my god, that one was so cool.
Yeah, where Dwayne Johnson spins his truck and destroys like full cars.
Oh my god, that was bonkers. And then Jason Statham lands his little buggy on the car after he does it.
Yeah.
And then they start fist fighting Idris Elba while the entire nuclear reactor is just falling apart.
Yeah.
And then like The Rock tries to throw a missile at Idris Elba. He catches it and throws it back at him. It's insane.
Yeah, it is insane. And one of the final set pieces where Rock and Statham are running away from Idris Elba. They're driving a truck, and Idris Elba is operating a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
and at this point, Dwayne Johnson's character's family shows up, and it becomes a family matter. And they're like, "Okay, we're gonna try to, beat the shit out of this bad guys together as a family." And his
brothers.
Yeah, brothers. His brothers drive like 4 different cars.
Yeah. Bunch of porn shots. Like one was, it just said Hobbs. One of them was a Chevrolet. One of them was just like a straight up like dragster car from like the 50s.
Yeah.
So they're all really heavy. Like they're like pure steel.
Yeah.
And then like what happened, like there's a helicopter was coming down. The Rock grabs a hooked chain and he throws it like it's a napkin, and it hooks around the helicopter and chains it in. So they're dragging the helicopter out of the sky. Oh my god. So then, okay, imagine this. There's a car, like it looks like a Hot Wheel, driving along a cliff, and it's getting lifted, and you're like, oh no, it's gonna get lifted off a cliff. But then one brother comes, he's like, I got you, brother. He throws 2 chains onto the car, and it adds more weight. And I was like, okay, Samoans versus Idris Elba. Let's see how far this could go.
Yeah.
And they start driving. The second car starts lifting. And then a third car comes by. He's like, I got you, brother. And I was like, okay, a third car. It hooks on from the bottom, from a hatch. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I get it. I was like, they can't get bigger than this. A fourth car comes out. I was like, no way. And then he like throws a hook, lands, and now there's 4 cars versus a helicopter.
Yeah.
And The Rock just goes, oh, add that moonshine to the car. I was like, moonshine, that's alcohol. Mm-hmm. And that's like, they add NOS to the trucks, and slowly, one by one, they start using moonshine and start dragging the helicopter down. It was bonkers. I will say like the Samoa hand-to-hand combat scene, I wish there was more of that. Mm-hmm. Because it was like sick, because like they did a clever thing where I was like, in the trailer, it was like, oh, we got to defend our territory, brothers. And I was like, dude, you have sticks and they have guns. Like, what? How's that gonna work?
Yeah.
But then like Vanessa Kirby rewires their glove. It's the same tech from Skyfall where only your hand could use it. Like only Hito could use a shotgun. But they reverse engineer it where they can manually turn it off.
Yeah.
So they have to do fist to fist. So I was like, okay, I get that. That makes sense. That's clever because they mentioned it. So I was like, okay, let's go with this. But then it ends like immediately, like, okay, car chase.
Yeah, they specifically said, oh, I can turn this off for 6 minutes. David Leitch is a great action director. Like
he knows his shit.
He knows his shit. I wasn't a huge fan of Atomic Blonde as a whole, but when it comes to the action, I thought it was incredible. Charlize kicked so much ass. And Deadpool 2, wasn't a huge fan as a whole. I think you feel the same way about it too.
Yeah, I did. But the action.
The action was amazing. And now this movie is just full on, nonstop, just adrenaline-filled action. I would let Vanessa Kirby choke me any day.
Exactly.
That's like that would be my, what do you call it, blurb?
Oh, your quote?
Yeah, my quote. That would be my quote. I would let Vanessa Kirby choke me any day. She is so cool. So yeah, we highly recommend this. Please go see it.
And I cannot emphasize it enough. IMAX or Dolby.
Yeah.
Go see it in one of those formats because it is worth your money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's an easy movie to follow. The dynamic between Jason Statham and The Rock is solid.
Mm-hmm.
Females are presented beautifully in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just the "here comes the kryptonite" line and the reverse pile driver that The Rock does on Idris Elba. That hype shit ever.
Yeah. I laughed so many times. So
Honestly, what was your
Yeah.
favorite line? Was it like, "You sound like this person"? What was it?
it's definitely, it's because of your Harry Potter voice. That was really
Harry
funny.
Potter.
Yeah.
It's like, "You're a giant oil baby." I'm like, no.
Yeah, that back and forth was really funny. The fact that Ricardo loves this, and I knew that he would like it, but the fact that he loves it says so much about how entertaining this movie is.
I walked in with my matcha latte, I sat down, and I had a great time when I walked out. This piece of media isn't the only thing you and I have both watched recently. Hito, what did you watch recently?
Okay, so if you listened our last week's episode, Ricardo talked about a new Amazon Prime TV show called The Boys, which was a dark take on superheroes adapted from a comic book. And he loved it. You can listen to the last week's episode. He loved it. He recommends it. And I said,
Wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, wink. And I said I will give it a shot. So I watched it. And I kind of disagree. Well, not disagree. It's just I didn't like it as much as my co-host.
Why are you wrong, Hito? Please explain.
Oh, because I don't like dark superhero movies, dude.
What about it gave you the vibes to it?
It was too cynical for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hito just confirmed that something was too cynical for him. That is a monumental statement.
Yeah, that says a lot. No, listen. I like a good dose of cynicism in, like, you know, these shows. I just don't like shows that are so cynical to a point where you just don't give a shit about any of the characters.
I will agree that as the season went on, I started hating Butcher more and more.
Yeah, Butcher was fun until like the last couple episodes.
Yes.
I was like, where are you going with this?
Yeah, apparently he's way more brutal in the comics. So I'm just like, okay, I'll take your opinion on that, Reddit. When the season ended, I thought I want more of this.
Yeah, I felt the opposite. I was like, oh, you're gonna end this on a cliffhanger? No, I'm not gonna watch the season 2 of your show, Seth Rogen.
Oh man.
Watching this show felt like listening to Alex Jones about like
Oh no.
the current like superhero landscape. That's what it felt like. Somebody just complaining about superheroes. I hate it. Like this catastrophe of culture, genocide, whatever. It's just I felt exhausted after
wow. Exhausted.
Yeah, I wasn't having fun. I felt like I need to, like, after the first 4 episodes, which were fantastic, I just felt just burned out. I just didn't, I wasn't enjoying it. I wanted to see, the only reason why I kept watching it was because I wanted to see what happens with the sort of privatization of superheroes and what the government is trying to do, like building up an army based on superheroes. That theme was interesting enough to keep me going, but everything else didn't give a shit about any of the characters, didn't give a shit about, the central mystery.
Heartbroken.
At one point, I felt like I was watching Batman v Superman.
I get why you said that.
I felt miserable.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel miserable from watching either superhero movies or superhero TV shows. I don't know, it's an angry show about angry people, written by Alex Jones. So
No. But A Train though, at the hospital though, that joke, that I bet you laughed your ass off with the. I could teach you how to run fast. Can you teach me how to outrun cancer? Like, come
yeah,
on,
I mean that was
come
really
on.
funny. That was really
And
funny.
in the Christian episode,
Oh yeah, Christian episode was great. Like when it goes into that kind of political stuff, I was like, great, more of this, please. I don't care about all the other mystery shit and the revenge story. Like, do that.
I've seen so many movies and I played so many video games where they try to do the evil Superman story, and none of them have done a really good job at it, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But in this one, it's not even Superman, and it does a terrific job at showing what happens if Superman's a giant man baby. All right, it's fine, you know. I dig the boys. It's my cup of tea. You not so much. You know, it's fine. Have you checked out any other any shows on platforms recently?
I finally saw Homecoming, a film by Beyoncé on Netflix.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Watch us get like 4,000 followers like Beyonce.
So I know Netflix dropped this back in April, but I didn't watch this until like a couple days ago because, well, here's the thing, and I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people, but
Oh no.
I was not a giant fan of Beyoncé. I'm sorry.
I always admired her as a singer. I thought she was a, incredible musician and talented performer. But I don't know, her music never really clicked with me.
Oh my god. After that statement, two fans are gonna go to Japan and try to kill you. Beyonce's okay. And then they're flying right now like, I gotta go murder that goddamn reviewer. Like
Yeah, that's another reason why I never got into the whole Beehive thing until fairly recently, because so many of her fans are like, you either love Beyonce or don't love Beyonce. You can't be in the middle. And I was like,
as a person I love her. Like what she does for like, black women, music. I love that. But her music, I don't care. But Homecoming, what is it? It's a documentary, you said, right?
Yeah, it's a documentary and a concert film.
What does that mean? Like by concert film?
so a concert film is a type of documentary that basically films somebody's live performance or a concert and, present it in a film format. So, poor folks like me who can't afford to buy those tickets can actually watch those shows. So apparently Beyonce was the first ever black woman to headline Coachella. And the film goes back and forth between her live performances and the behind the scenes stuff with interviews and B-rolls and basically showing us what she went through and what her entire crew did in order to make this live performance come true. She got musicians and artists, dancers, and pretty much like everyone who was doing like a music stuff and the dancing stuff with her on the stage from historically black colleges and university, HBCU, I think that's what they call it. And she wanted to make a statement using this opportunity. She wanted her fans, particularly her African American fans, to feel empowered, feel represented, be proud of their heritage, be proud of, being black. She uses a couple of like Malcolm X quotes during the show. There's this really powerful quote of his that goes, "The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman." And she also, and the movie also has footage and some audio clips from like some famous African American individuals. It's all about black empowerment, female empowerment, and I found this film so inspiring, and it lifted my soul. I felt my spirit was cleansed by watching this movie. This felt like a religious experience to me. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I now I'm a fan of Beyoncé because of this film. There's a lot of voiceover narration by Beyoncé throughout the film, and I'm assuming I'm assuming somebody was interviewing her and she was giving her like response, and Beyoncé decided to use that. But at one point she explains that she had to prep for this performance right after she gave birth to her twins, and when she weighed about 200 pounds when she was pregnant, so she had to basically lose weight and get back in shape and being able to dance and sing and be the Beyoncé that people know. This is a deeply personal yet fierce documentary. Like, all the concert stuff is so energetic. You can feel the energy, you can feel the fierceness of her performance through the small screen that I was watching. But when it focuses more on Beyonce's personal aspect of it, it feels so intimate. There's some footage of her hanging out with her daughter, and that makes her so relatable to me. Like, one of the things that I had kind of a problem, and maybe it's partially my fault and the media's fault, is that I've always felt like Beyonce was this godlike figure that you can't really relate to. Just someone who lives in a completely different world, a different bubble. But watching this movie made me realize, you know what? She's just like everyone else. So this was a very impressive film, and it was written, directed, and co-produced by Beyoncé. So good on her.
Damn. I might actually check this out documentary. How long is it? Like 2 hours around, or like an hour and a half?
It's pretty long. 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think. About as long as Hobbs and Shaw.
Two terrific pieces of media that we recommend to our audiences.
Yeah. I was really blown away.
Damn, I'll check it out now. I'll definitely check it out, along with the OA. Both of us have enjoyed a good amount of media this week.
Yes, we did.
Got the Hobbs and Shaw, and you got the Homecoming of Beyonce story. And then disagreed with The Boys, which is fine.
If you like it, that's cool.
Just watch movies, documentaries, and try to see what you think of it.
So I guess that wraps up this week's episode.
Yeah, I think this is a good week. I feel like we had a very solid media experience this week.
Yeah, it was a very good week, both at the cinema or streaming services.
Hito, thank you very much for being a good host yet again.
And thank you, Ricardo, for being fabulous as always.
Fabulous.
Thank you to our lovely listeners, as always. Please subscribe, follow, and review us on your go-to podcast suppliers. We very much appreciate it if you give us a feedback or follow us. And follow us on Twitter at minorityopod. You can send us a letter at minorityopodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's all the house cleaning that we have to.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and check out Ricardo's Instagram at, what is it again?
It's Ricky Ricardo _987 for all the highlights on pretentious artsy photos and episodes.
About next week's episode, I think it's better if we take a break.
Okay, like a week off maybe?
Yeah, a week off, because your school is about to start and your job is about to get busy.
Oh, yeah, I'm an RA, so I gotta babysit these 40 children. So we'll probably take a break next week and just kind of catch up and take a little breather, but we'll definitely be back on as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as we can. Most likely, like
Right.
2 weeks from today.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Most likely, not 99%. All right, but thank you, Hiro, for this lovely episode.
And thank you, Ricardo.
And thank you to our audiences for listening to Minority Opinion Podcasts. Thank you.